I'm Bonnie Giller, registered dietitian, nutritionist, and certified intuitive eating counselor. And so I'm hoping you're on this journey with me to becoming an intuitive eater and reclaiming what you've been born with. And again, that's being an intuitive eater, learning to eat based on your physiological hunger and your satiety needs, not by situations or emotions, right? Okay, so here's the thing with that. Even though we're learning to become intuitive eaters, we still want to take a look at our kitchen environment and set that up for success. Because there are definitely areas that are what we call external eating cues, signals from our environment that might trigger our eating when we're not physiologically hungry. So I have a couple of pointers for you today on how to set your environment, specifically your kitchen, up for success. I'd like to make a suggestion to keep serving dishes off the table. Serve from the stove top, because when you have serving dishes on the table and you're sitting and you're talking with your family members, it's very, very easy after you've already finished what's on your plate, after you have already made the determination that you're satisfied, it's very easy to mindlessly pick up another piece of chicken, take another spoonful of rice, eat another crumb of roll that might be on the table. And so if you plate your food from the stovetop and sit down with your meal and tune in and engage in the process of eating, more than likely you will be satisfied without having extras. I would like to give you another tip now on how to create your kitchen environment into a mindful environment. And that's to store your leftovers in opaque containers. And so you finished your meal and you're cleaning up and you're putting the leftovers into, let's say, for example, a clear container. You put it in the fridge. Later that night, you go to pull out an apple to have as a snack. And you see that delicious lasagna that you made for dinner. And it's like, whoa, that was really good. I'm just gonna have another forkful of that. And before you know it, you mindlessly finished it. Well, if we put those leftovers in opaque containers, store it in the back of the refrigerator for the next day's meal, or put it in the freezer if we know it's going to be for next week's meal, we're less tempted to dig into it later on in the evening. The next tip I'd like to give you to having your kitchen more of a mindful environment is to clean your counters and keep everything clear, meaning put all food, snacks away in the kitchen cabinet, in a pantry. Don't have anything laying around the counters. Out of sight, out of mind. If you're walking through the kitchen and you happen to see something that's left on the counter, it's very easy to grab a few without even realizing it. But if your counters are clean, you will less likely do that. And the next tip that I'd like to give you is enter the kitchen only at meal times. And so the kitchen really is for cooking, eating, and cleaning up. Let's try not to make the kitchen the main room of the house where everybody congregates and says, how was your day? How was my day? You talk on the phone, you open the mail. Let's have a family room, a den area, a living room, another area of the home that we do that in, okay? Because if we're sitting and hanging out in the kitchen, very often the kitchen cabinets start calling our name. We're getting engrossed in a conversation and we don't realize we're looking, we're searching, and we're mindlessly eating. So enter the kitchen only at meal times. Shut the lights at the end of the night in the kitchen, unless you need a night light in there if it's a pass-through room, as a little bit of a reminder that the kitchen is closed. Okay, I hope these tips have been helpful. Please share your comments below and head on over to Diet Free Zone for more information on intuitive and mindful eating. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.